guys, who's excited for spring and spring break? I know I am. While winter in Texas isn't exactly cold, we have had several stretches of just gray days over kind of the February months, and now it feels as though the warm weather is kicking in and it really feels great, and I'm feeling springy. So I thought it would be appropriate, many of you have been asking me to share with you all my skincare empties from winter, and I have many, so I thought it'd be fun to share everything that I used up this winter, going back from, I consider winter here in Texas, maybe November, even though it's not cold at all, maybe late November, all the way through March, which is the month we're in now. And so what did I use up? Let's just start with kind of my morning skincare routine lineup. You all who have been following me for any number of months to a little over a year, as long as my channel has been here. Thank you if you've been here that long. But you know, I don't use eye creams, I don't use serums, I don't use toners, I don't use neck creams, I don't use nose creams. My skincare routine is pretty minimalistic and emphasizes sun protection, acne control for myself, and moisturizing. So what did I use up? Well, if you watch my morning skincare routines, you know that in the morning I wash my face with a 2% salicylic acid or 2% BHA face wash to acne prone areas on my face. I do this in the morning because I use a retinoid at night, and retinoids should not be combined with salicylic acid because there is a potential chance of either inactivating the retinoid and or exacerbating irritation from the retinoid. So I use mine in the morning and my retinoid at night, and I like to use wash forms of BHA. They are effective that way, particularly for acne control, but also if you're using them for kind of anti-aging purposes. They're effective that way, but they have a far less chance of causing you excessive irritation in comparison to a leave-on salicylic acid product. So I prefer using them that way. They do concentrate in the sebaceous gland pretty expeditiously and provide good control. And this year I have been loving and just used up my Zapsit 2% BHA face wash. Previously I have used the Neutrogena oil-free acne wash. I'm not going back. I will continue to repurchase the Zapsit one. I think it is superior. It is apparently cruelty-free and very no-nonsense. This, unlike the Neutrogena one, which I previously used from adolescence onward, does not have fragrance in it. So it is fantastic. I think it is a very affordable dupe for the Paula's Choice 2% BHA that is so popular, particularly if you are keen to the idea of using a wash form like I do. So I really love it, used it up, and have some more coming on its way from Walgreens. And I used Ebates and got 7% cash back, so that's pretty cool. All right, moving right along. Then I haven't used this up, but I use it every morning and night. It is my Honeil Super Plumping Gel Cream. I just use this kind of right after I wash my face, solely to kind of undo some of the damage of disrupting the skin barrier from putting water on it. As I've said before, water is an irritant actually, and water evaporates off your skin, pulls water out of the skin, and lends itself to dryness. So I put a little bit of this on to the wet skin. It's a humectant. It helps just kind of create a little sponge there and sort of slow down that water loss a little bit. But if just left to its own devices on the skin, you're going to be like, this isn't a good moisturizer, because it's not. It's solely a humectant, so it's just kind of like a little water sponge there. You need something to seal the dealie on over. And in the morning for me, I select moisturizing sunscreens. And I have a variety of them. I've used many of them up since the end of November, transitioning into now March. I have many sunscreen empties. So let's just go down the line. You all know that I reapply sunscreen throughout the day. You know, when I'm not outdoors, which is pretty much most of the time, you know, I go outdoors through the parking lot, I go outdoors to my car, I'm in the car, sun penetrates the window. So I reapply sunscreen probably anywhere from 3 to 4 times a day. If I were going to be outdoors all day, you know, in the sun, I would be reapplying every 2 hours for sure. But I think at the beginning of the year, I was using my CeraVe AM. Love this sunscreen. Have repurchased it since they were bought out by L'Oreal. I think it's still equally fantastic. This is a combination sunscreen. It's really nice. It's great for, you know, all skin types, I think. Some people find that it stings a little bit. They have a chemical sunscreen out that's new, the ultra light one that I reviewed for you guys. It's also pretty good. I haven't purchased that one though since trying it out. I tried a sample of it and really liked it. But I think I will, I would always repurchase this one. It is a good one for sure. Then I also used up the Shiseido Senka UV Care sunscreen that I got from Japan. I really liked this one a lot. My beef with this was that it was pretty small, little container of it, and I used it up pretty quickly. It goes on really nice. It's very, very similar to the Honeil one that I'm using currently as far as the aesthetics of it. It does not have fragrance in it. Unlike my other Japanese empty here, the Biore UV Aqua Rich Watery Essence. I like this one, but unfortunately it has fragrance in it, so it's kind of the bottom tier Japanese sunscreen. Shiseido is a great one. Honeil is a great one. I think they're both Honeil and Shiseido equally efficacious and equally good. I also love that Nivea in the pump. Oh, I don't have that pump anymore. I threw it out. The Nivea, because it's an empty, the Nivea in the pump Japanese sunscreen, that is another empty that I also used up probably, I want to say sometime late November. CeraVe, Biore, Shiseido, and Nivea, and then I also used up a, I love this. This is the Elta MD UV Sport. This one is a combination sunscreen that is a little bit more pricey in comparison to a lot of the, you know, drugstore sunscreens that I really like. But I think it's worth it. It blends into the skin really nicely. It's not too cost prohibitive in my opinion. It lasts a long time and is really, really easy to reapply. It feels great going on, blends in the skin really nicely, and easy to put over the eyes. So I highly recommend this, and I've repurchased it. You know, this is like my second or third bottle of this. They have a ton of great sunscreens, the Elta MD ones. They have a clear one that's really good, and I love the Elta MD UV, what is it, UV Elements one. The tinted one is also really fantastic. Okay. And then I had the opportunity to try out some sunscreens from Europe, and that kind viewer sent me, and really have enjoyed. This is the the Aven Very High Protection Emulsion SPF 50. This is not the same. If you're in the US and you go out and buy this, it's not the same product, okay? This is from France. So if you're an American in Paris, I think this is a good one to pick up. Aven in France is far more affordable than it is in the United States, is my understanding. And they've got better chemical filters than the one that you would buy in the US. The one that you would buy in the US has the filters that we have here, which are okay, but they're not as photo stable as these. So this one, you know, if you're an American in Paris, I would recommend picking this one up. It is good. Then the other European sunscreen that I tried out is the Bioderma Photoderm Max SPF 50 Plus. This, like the Aven one, is fragrance free, has some similar filters in it. Really enjoyed this one a lot, but not as much as the Aven. This one just, you know, there's a little bit left in here. It's very liquidy, so, you know, it comes out pretty quickly. If you're somebody who likes, you know, kind of these more liquidy sunscreens, then you'll like this one a lot. And then the other sunscreen that I have used up, I've gone through 3 tubes of this since November, is the Vanity Cream Lip SPF. I really like this one a lot. I've gone through 3 tubes of that. I put this on my lips in the morning and reapply it periodically throughout the day. Then as far as body sunscreens that I used up this winter, I don't have them with me actually right now. I got a sunscreen towards the end of summer in the like clearance bin at Kroger that I used up, and it was just a Kroger generic brand chemical sunscreen that I used up on my body. I found that it was very moisturizing, and I would reapply it, you know, on my hands, on my body periodically throughout the day, particularly days where I was wearing shorts, because I think in November maybe I was still even wearing shorts on some days. But for the most part on my body, I just rely on my Coolie bar, and I've got it here. It's not an empty, it's a consistency. And then as far as my nighttime skincare routine, I continue to be enamored with the double cleanse method for removing the only makeup I wear, if you're new here, is just mascara, and then sunscreen kind of needs to be removed at the end of the day as you've been layering it on, just to kind of give your skin a break from all the noise on top, so that while you sleep it can repair. But rather than go scrubbing the face, which is never a good idea, and rather than using a micellar water, which I know is popular, micellar waters leave behind a residua that you can develop a allergic contact dermatitis to. I don't think they're good. I don't recommend any of them, even the Bioderma one that's so popular. Okay, moving right along though, you all know I'm a huge fan of the Honeil cleansing oil. It's not technically an empty. I use it every night, and it lasts forever. So I'm gonna go ahead and repurchase this now, so I'm considering it an empty because it takes a while for it to get here. I have tried a few packets of the DHC deep cleansing oil to compare to this, and I think this is just as good, if not better. So I think I'm going to continue to use it. I don't know. And then as far as the second step, so you all know that I use that to kind of break up the mascara and the sunscreen, just like dissolving like, right? As far as dirt. And then I remove the oil because oils really shouldn't be left on the skin. What have I been removing the oil with? Well, I've got an empty cleanser here that I love. It's the Neutrogena Ultra Gentle Hydrating Cleanser, the creamy formula. I used this up. I also used up and don't have the empty bottle, the Honeil Hyaluronic Acid Cleansing Foam. That lasted a long time and is fantastic. These are both great. And the other one that I like and I use, haven't used up, I just keep it at my mom's house and she uses it too, is the CeraVe Hydrating Creamy Wash. That has been repurchased since the L'Oreal takeover and still is loved on my end, and my mom seems to still like it. So continuing to use that over there, but it's not technically an empty. And then one other thing that I kind of got in my Japanese NMNL beauty box and really enjoyed. I can't ever find this anywhere. And I actually have another one because they sent me a duplicate of the same box. It's the Honeil cleansing lotion, the honey and sunflower oil. I use this alongside the Honeil cleansing oil. I kind of mix them together in my hands just to kind of spread everything out. This actually doesn't have fragrance as far as I'm aware. It's just a little bit of royal jelly, and it's very super gentle, and it goes nicely with this. So together I would use those to break up my makeup, the mascara and sunscreen, and then hop into the shower and come in with the Neutrogena Hydrating Ultra Gentle Cleanser. Currently, now that this is empty, I am using the Ceramedics face wash, and I love that one as well. Those of you guys who saw my Ceramedics review, that is a cruelty-free vegan alternative. For those of you seeking that I recommend. It's a good one. All right, and then how do I moisturize my body? Well, when I get out of the shower, before I even step out, I've just turned the water off. That is a time when you really, really need to put the moisturizer on right away so that you can kind of undo the damage of getting your skin wet. And if you use soap, which I don't, if you use soap on the body, you really need to get the moisturizer on there because you've just dissolved some of your skin barrier with that detergent, no matter how gentle it claims to be. So I love the CeraVe Moisturizing Cream and continue to use it. Also works great. It's just great from head to toe. You can use this on your face and body, and you don't need to bother with any other moisturizer. But, you know, I'm a skincare channel, so I talk about skincare and skincare brands. So I've tried out some other facial moisturizers along the way. Who else do I use? I always love the CeraVe PM facial lotion. Used that up. This is now my second bottle of that. Really love it. It is pretty similar to the AM, only without the sunscreen component. So really, really nice. But honestly, you can get away without buying that and just getting the one in the tub and doing, like I said, a head to toe tub takeover. And then I used up both of these that a kind viewer from the UK sent me that I strongly recommend. This is the Simply Pure, both the hydrating serum and the, here, I'll show you guys. These are just plain fragrance-free moisturizers. Ignore the term serum, okay? Serum doesn't mean anything, all right? Serum has something to do with, you know, your blood. It has nothing to do with actual, like, skincare. Okay, and then hydrating serum, sensitive skin is another one that I love. And here, let me hold it up. See, the skincare that I love always comes in these boring packages that don't really photograph well, but that's how you know it's no nonsense. These are great. They're both, you know, the Simply Pure line is readily available in, I believe, Superdrug. Very affordable, cruelty-free, and vegan. It has ceramides in it. Yeah, ceramides. Ceramides in these, and I really loved them. Used both of them up after I had finished my CeraVe PM for my facial moisturizing, and currently now I'm just using my friend here in the tub, okay? So that is how I moisturize. Oh, another moisturizer for the body that I used up, told you guys about, was the Neutrogena Moisture Wrap. This is like a light lotion. It's pretty good. I like it a lot. So those are some of the body moisturizers that I used up. And then as far as my lips, you know, I love to use the CeraVe Healing Ointment to kind of seal in the moisture around my lips to help with dry skin. So I used up another big tube of this. This has been kind of a year in the making. I would say I repurchased this maybe mid-summer or something. And then I think sometime in December, maybe early January, I finished up Differin. This last tube of Differin here. Featured it in my 2017 skincare favorites. Love it. Used it. If many of you found me through my Differin tips videos. Started it January 1st, 2017. Used it for a solid year. Really, really found it phenomenal for helping my acne, as well as just kind of softening the skin and helping some of the dark spots and discoloration in my face. Like I said in my 2017 skincare favorites video at the end of the year, I have since started tretinoin, prescription tretinoin, and I haven't noticed any like drastic change for me personally. But like I said in that video, I've sort of chosen to not share too much of my tretinoin journey with you guys, because tretinoin is prescription only, and it's prescribed for a variety of things off-label. So I think it can be kind of misleading to do some of the similar videos that I did with Differin. So I've just kind of chosen to keep that my own thing. But it has not been a problem for me, and I've had a really good experience with it, and haven't really seen any difference in comparison to Differin. Just observationally for myself, my acne has been fine, and no problems there. This is a 20% urea cream that I have used on the bottom of my feet and have used up this winter. This is just from Walgreens. It's over like in the wart section or whatever. It's really helpful. It really helps kind of keep control of those like calluses on the bottom of your feet that can get kind of dry, particularly if you run or, you know, kind of do repetitive movement things. You're on your feet all day, you build up a kind of thick callus. This is great. It's not any better than the Carousel foot ointment that I've always recommended to you guys in my foot care videos. Actually, the Carousel foot ointment, I think, can get you prettier feet faster. But I use this nightly. It's a pretty inexpensive. I wouldn't say I use it nightly, actually. I probably use it 2 or 3 times a night, 2 or 3 nights a week. I put it on my feet, and then I put white cotton socks over my feet. A tip, though, if you're using something like this on your feet, and you know you put the socks over it, that helps drive it in and helps it kind of seal in the moisture and get to work on that callus. But doing the sock method, one thing to be careful of: use socks that are just ankle socks, because if you use like tube socks, it's fine, but you can drag a little bit of the cream up around your ankles, and if you've just shaved your legs, you might get some irritation from that. So I use, you know, just little white cotton ankle socks, and that's really helpful. So used that bad boy up. But yeah, that's everything that I used up this winter. Pretty focused on sunscreen, as always. Yes, you do need sunscreen in the winter. You need it all year round, even when it's cloudy out. And so I think, you know, I've been happy with all of these sunscreens that I've been using. And I've got many more to try out for you guys here on my channel. So I hope you enjoyed my empties video. Comment below on what you used up this past winter and how it went for you. I'd love to know. But if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.